Welcome back to our video series, a verse-by-verse study in the book of 1 Peter. What a great book. It tells us so much about Christ and salvation and the Christian walk, how to apply that salvation. Peter's structure throughout this book goes back and forth between salvation verses and Christology verses versus Christian life verses. Right now we're in theology. We're in an amazing three-verse passage talking about the prophets in the Old Testament and how they testified or prophesied about Christ to such a great extent that really the whole gospel message was known, and Christ's mission as a suffering Messiah and the kingly Messiah was known simply from the Old Testament. And the rest of it, of course, that information was completed in the New Testament. But what the passage is saying from actually we're in verse 12 today, verses 10 and 11, that, the prophets sought to know the time of Christ's coming earnestly, because that's what was not clear in the Old Testament. And we learn from verse 12 today that they were not only ministering to themselves and the people of Israel at the time before Christ, but also to them, to people to whom First Peter was intended, Christians, because they told them of Messiah's mission and how to recognize Messiah and who he was. So, at the coming of Messiah and the sacrifice for sins and the resurrection, and the coming of the Spirit mentioned in the verse, they then were the completion. The people in Asia Minor who received this letter saw the completion of Messiah's saving work and all the advantages to that, including, they don't mention the regeneration, but certainly the Holy Spirit who regenerated us and indwells in us, and the forgiveness of sins that they did not know. So they ministered to the Christians and telling them, that this would occur. So again, he's telling the recipients of this letter, Peter is telling them how the advantages they have. That they know Messiah, they know the forgiveness of sins, they have the Holy Spirits, they have so many advantages that even the prophets didn't have. And they should take joy in this because they were the recipients of the letter in Asia Minor were discouraged. And they didn't know a lot. So he's teaching them, plus encouraging them. So yes, indeed, we as modern Christians, even though people in the Old Testament often saw miracles and the appearance of Christ, and grand things, and had the temple and other advantages that perhaps we don't have directly. Our advantages are so much more, and we can do so much more in our service to God because we're forgiven. We can come before God in prayer. We're regenerated as holy people through the Holy Spirit, and we have the Spirit. Amazing. The passage ends up saying these are things that even the angels long to look. So at some level, for what God has done for us, even the angels long to have these things. Wow, great promises, great salvation, great tools that we have now in which to live and serve God and know the fruits of His Spirit. Okay, thanks for joining me today. Join us next time, and we'll revert back to the section about the Christian walk and learn more how we can become better and more obedient Christians. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.